This episode of the Turf District podcast is brought to you by ATB Cares. With ATB Cares, giving is easy. Donate through ATB Cares and ATB will match 20% of every dollar donated to eligible Albertan charities, maximizing the impact of your donation. Visit atbcares.com to choose your cause and donate today. That's atbcares.com. Enjoy the show.
Hey, fellas, we ain't gonna ever back down from nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast.
Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And we are a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, locally grown, community supported, and also a part of the Canadian Football Podcast Network. I'm Andrew, and boy, do we have some fun to talk about tonight. Or not. But we will find some ways to have a chat. The whole gang is here tonight, starting with one super fan, Mike.
Yay!
Those are Sadlers? Sandlers?
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They're, I'm putting in as much effort as some of the team did, so that's good, right?
Okay, well, that's kind of where that's about appropriate at this particular moment.
It is, but I'm back, so I'll take it.
I was going to say, hey, you're back and we're chatting.
That's
this
right.
Is the important part. That's
I
right.
actually made it as opposed to the team. So
do you have gin? Because that's the important part for this conversation. Well done.
Yeah, a little
Thank
gin
you.
smash with grapefruit tonight.
Ooh, a little grapefruit.
Mhm.
Well,
Pinkies up.
That's right.
that's. Oh, you heard her voice in the background. Bringing in now from the south, Commissioner Kayla. How are you?
Ooh. Do you really want to touch that button right there? Ooh.
Well, I figured I'd just try early, see what happened.
You know what? Like Mike, I stepped it up though, because this may be brutal, but I'm going to be optimistic. And you know why I'm optimistic? Because I brought the whole bottle today.
See?
Wow.
It's a good Malbec.
By the end of this, overtime's going to be a blast.
Yes.
You should make sure that you stick around for overtime. Let's get us all together here. So again, thank you everyone for joining us on YouTube. Thank you if you've downloaded the podcast. If you are on the YouTube live feed, make sure that you throw your questions into the chat for us. We will try and get to them through the show, or at the very least in overtime. So we're very excited to chat about everything that's going. Well, very excited, I guess, is more excited to chat with you than we are about what the topic is this
Let's go with that.
evening. Let's start with the giant record-setting elephant in the room. The Elks got drubbed on Saturday night. BC Place. One team decided that it was important to be there. The other one, not so much.
They were busy getting One Direction's autograph.
Yeah. But it
One
was
Direction?
except that it
Yes.
wasn't One Direction.
I know, I keep
It
saying
was
it every
One
time.
Republic. I know. You said it today on CBC
know.
and it made me laugh so hard. Like, wasn't One Direction. Yeah, it was
I'm
One
hip.
Republic.
I'm with it.
Yeah, they were still really good.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really good. But yeah. It was I'm going to start with a couple of things, obviously, because I was there. So I want to give kudos right up front to the BC Lions,
Yeah.
because man, that was hopping. Like the street party was cool. They had a really cool band. While I was out in the street party area, I got to talk to Mark Cordy's parents, and I met Gavin Cobb's parents, and
Oh,
oh my God, his dad is hilarious. We had such a good time chatting with him, and I'm excited for when Gavin is able to be back because then he will come out for a game and we can hang out with Sonny because he was a riot. We had a really good laugh with
Nice.
him. So
This
um,
is clearly before the game.
this is before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, way before the game.
A lot
Yes,
less laughs after.
yes, yeah. Well, no, we still found ways to laugh. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Pointing and
I'll share
laughing,
with you
but
some
yeah.
of the greatest lines of that evening as we get through. But the party was great. We went down. We were able to meet up with Brian from BC Lions Den,
Awesome.
and who has unfortunately packed in his show, but he was the Podfather and still is the
Yep.
Podfather.
Always will be.
So it was cool to hang out with Brian and Susie, and Dale was there, and Linda and Tree, and so we all had a few laughs. We all had a sociable to Brian, and it was amazing. So um, that was really cool. And then going into the stadium, like it was packed.
Right.
And One Republic was great. The way that they set it up was great.
I do love Harry Styles.
Of course, yeah. You could really feel like the energy. It was awesome. The game started, and every BC Lions fan continued that energy through the entire game, as they should have. Their team balled out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it was unreal,
I
right?
got to see two Canadians playing for them at quarterback.
Yeah.
It's a good day
We
for
had
Lions fans.
3 Canadian quarterbacks in the game
Yep.
at some point, right? So that part was cool. They all left happy. Um, you know, their music was awesome all the way through. Their games and things that they had on the big screen were awesome. They had new player interaction ones. They had one
Cool.
player from the BC Lions, and then they just did like we do our rapid fire questions. They did that, but it's like who's the best dressed? Who's the funniest? Who thinks he's funny but he isn't?
Right.
And he had to name different guys in the locker room. It it was awesome. Like their game time experience was really really good. So that was that experience in itself was very good, and I will give the BC Lions lots of props for that. So
Awesome.
As you should.
but we do need to the Elks came there basically going, well, we have another preseason game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
From the roster,
Boy.
it looked like it.
Yeah, I want to talk quickly just about our injury list, and I don't want to make excuses.
Nope.
But you look at some of the names on that in injury list. Toby Antigua on the one game, who was playing defensive end in a big role. Caleb Hawley on the one game, who was massive in training camp. Walter Fletcher on the one game, and we know how much damage he could do. Thomas Jack Hurdela, again, that left side had a rough go in this game. Martise Jackson,
Tony Washington.
Nafis Lyons, Tony Washington. At the time, DQ Thomas. And then on the 6th game, we've got Gavin Cobb, Aaron Grimes, Niles Morgan, like all guys that are starters.
Yeah.
That are all down. It definitely didn't help. But let's quickly just get through this. So, like, Superfan, like, just your general thoughts on the game.
I was always raised that if you
Pause
can't
was
say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So good night. It's been fun.
Commissioner, your turn.
Yeah, it's when we first saw the depth chart, I thought, that's interesting. There weren't a whole lot of people I expected to see, especially on the defensive side of the ball. There were a grand total of 2 people on that defensive side that were here in 2021, 6 months ago.
Right.
Like that is a lot of change. And they always say for every new starter you in a year, expect a loss. Well, if we had 10 on the defensive side alone, And then that's including our starting quarterback, and we had Arsenault, and we have Lawler. So, I mean, at this point, we have 18. So it's going to be a long year.
Yeah.
But I expected it to be a lot closer. I mean, I think it was BC was expected to win by 4. And they didn't get that memo. So they thought maybe it was, 54. And even then, it was pretty close. Yeah, it was a quick start from BC, and we just didn't seem to know how to answer. And it just got longer and longer and longer, like Pinocchio.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, yeah, you're right. It's like it just kept going. You're thinking, oh, okay, we're going to turn no, it's going to get no, but no.
And you're like, isn't this gin tasty?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How much beer are you allowed to have at this football game? Yeah. Commissioner, give us your thoughts.
Well, it started off like this storm that's happening behind me right now. I'm a little bit distracted. It's ominous, like my feelings, but you know, I'm really glad this is the first game because you would think we have nowhere else to go but up. Trying to throw some optimism in here. I think for the latter half of the game, I was like this the entire time on my couch.
Just a little lower. Just hold your nose the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to die. I mean, that's a little too far. Yeah, yes. Right now, we're only at game 1. Let's give it halfway through the season, then we'll talk. But I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon of the team knows what it did. It didn't show up. They know it. I'm sure I would have loved to have been a fly on that wall in the locker room on the way home, at practice tomorrow, all the days leading up to this next game. The one thing that I can cling on to is at least I don't think that hopefully that Chris Jones is just going to take this line down. As much as we can talk about all the things that happened before, and as much as the Riders and the Stamps can dog on him as fans and stuff like that, the one thing that we have is I don't think the score will happen again this season because heads will roll if it continues. It's not going to be passive like it was last season. They're not just going to roll over and keep things kind of the same and be really conservative and basic and not whip out some fun plays or do something a little bit more outside of the box. I would hope things would improve, and I expect them to improve. All I can say is this is the first game. I'm not going to panic. It was atrocious, but I'm not going to be one of those, oh my God, this is just terrible. I'm not going to go to any of the games. This is just going to be like last year. I hope to God it's not. And I already that curse out the window. It's not going to happen. But I mean, come on, guys. It's the first game. We've seen teams go through this before. Look at the Bombers. What, not 6-7 years ago?
Yeah.
Even less.
They were.
And now 2-time champs, right? There's always, you just got to have the right people in the room, and maybe they weren't, and injuries could have had something to do with it. I don't know. There's only so much that we fans know about because we see it on the field. Who knows what's happening in the background? And, yes, Zeus. Just kidding. There's some crazy stuff happening. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and mope about it. That was Saturday's job, to mope and to whine, but it's Monday. It's tomorrow, new practice. It's going to be a new week. Are we going to win? Well, we'll talk about that later, but I mean, just show up. We just want good football. That is all I ask this season, is that the team shows up. It didn't feel like a 2021 team, where you didn't feel the players, they didn't feel like they had anything. At least in the third quarter, I saw some momentum. Whether that was because BC was laying off or we actually tried to like step up. But it's game 1. Let's start panicking game 7, 6 even. But
I'll go 10.
just calm. Yeah, right. Because then we still have a chance to make more than 3 wins. I mean, I set the bar at 5. I'm sure we can do that, right? Like, just give me 5 and give me good football, and I'm a happy fan. I mean, it's not my job on the line.
Yeah. I think the proof this coming Saturday will be is it better off the field, and I think it is. Like I really think it is, and that makes the season somewhat better, right?
Well, we saw it at training camp.
And it'll get better on the field as we go.
We just had an entire team organization overhaul.
Absolutely.
We're not going to come out like this shining beacon of what football should look like. Like, it's going to be rough. We hope. Of course you hope that. You always hope that. But let's be realistic. Let's not be.
18-0.
Yeah.
We're not a Valentine.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah.
God.
Oh, my. Yeah. At least there was one bright spot in this game. Do you know what it was?
I got to tweet a lot. Oh, that too.
That's right. Yes, it was Sergio. Oh, he was amazing. He
was.
I did think I thought it was hilarious that the 2 guys that we traded for or signed that were cuts from Toronto, Tristan Decoux and Jalen Collins, were our top tacklers on Saturday.
Nice. So nice.
That felt great. Yeah. I know Linda is watching, but I need to give Linda credit for the line of the post game where she said, they disappointed me in phases of the game that I didn't know existed.
That's impressive.
That's and not wrong.
I was going to say 100% accurate.
Yeah, 100% accurate.
And sometimes you'd win at something, and it just
That's
happens to be sucking.
That is. Yeah, it was. Oh boy, it was bad. It was bad. Okay. Shall we move on to some Elks news?
Oh, God, please.
Let's just get away from this one, because you know what we have to do with that game? We have to flush that one. That one's already.
Or learn from it. Adversity creates tough people if you let it.
Well, it's like a 2 flusher though, at least, to get rid of it. Like, that was pretty bad.
Oh, come on. You know what you need, Andrew?
What's that?
Mike and I know what we're doing. I think you need to.
It's true. I'm rocking the ginger ale this evening.
Buddy. Come
well, you had the first 3 letters right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware. Yeah. I need to get a better beer and wine selection in my house for the next little while. All right, Elks news. The Thomas Costigan gets the Joey Moss belt.
Yeah.
And the award for perseverance and positivity through training camp. And that was pretty cool. I love the article that they wrote on the Elks site where it's, his girlfriend is in WWE. And like, whoa, wait a second, what?
That's pretty awesome.
I didn't know that.
That is cool.
That's that's very cool. But the Joey Moss Award is very cool, though. I love the belt idea. I love the whole way that they do it.
Yep.
And the team then also did launch the what is it called? The Joey Moss Championship Suite.
Yeah.
That you can purchase, and a portion of the proceeds go to the Joey Moss Memorial Fund and the Winifred Stewart Association. So very, very cool
awesome
things, right? Like I love that so much. So I'm hoping to see more of that.
Where is that? Do we know where that is in the stadium?
It's in the southeast corner, is what I was told.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so down
WXY, somewhere in there.
Opposite side from us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somewhere on the east side.
I have to ask Linda. I think she's sitting
wrong
around
with the
there.
east side?
Tree.
Yeah, Tree would know. Yeah, it'll be over that way. Other news: the Elks had a couple of releases, including the Jimmy Gaines Award winner, DQ Thomas.
But again, much like Jimmy Gaines himself.
That's true. Yeah, he was just living up to the name, I guess.
Let's go with that.
Kingsley Opera and Mike Beaudry was released off of the practice roster. So
Yeah,
um,
a bit of a shock for some of that.
I was just going to say, did that surprise you at all?
All three of them surprised me, actually. I didn't expect Kingsley Opara after, I mean, he looked seriously injured. And I think that at this point they figured like he's not going to be there for a while. The new CBA did allow for, is it 5 years now? For
I think it's 4 this year and then goes to 5
right.
next
So
year.
that hopefully that'll help him for sure. So that surprised me a bit. Quaylen Thomas, I mean, he got injured apparently near the end of camp, so maybe that's part of why. If it was a serious injury, but Mike Beaudry, I mean, this is a guy who was a quarterback and fairly decent. He was trained in Florida, but we don't hold that against him. And he moved to fullback, and I thought it was going to be like another Mathieu Bertrand kind of situation, right? Where that quarterback moves to fullback. They will have some great option plays and things like that to get 3 quarterbacks on the field at once, even though you're only allowed 2. That seemed like a Jones kind of move, but yeah, like I said, all 3 kind of shocked me there.
Well, I wonder if that was just the progression of Trey Ford, and if it was how well Loxley is really shown out.
Yeah.
That has to play into it. And I'm thinking at this point he needs more practice roster spots, because some of the guys that were on that field on Saturday night need to be on the practice roster.
They got to be replaced,
to bring in some other guys. Like I mean, but that's we know that's what happened even in Regina. Now, I'm not suggesting that there's a pre-practice roster or
post-practice
like
roster.
Yeah, but I am thinking that there's going to be a rotation and a shuffle of guys, lots, especially in the beginning part of this season. Like you said, Kayla, 6 games. Like you said, Mike, 10 games. Like anywhere in that range, there's going to be guys rotating until Jones gets his guys that are doing what he wants, right?
Well, I mean, the 10 games I'm talking about, if you look at his first year in Saskatchewan, he went 1-10 to start and then went 27-17 after that.
Right.
Like it took him a while to get his guys, to get them to gel, to get them to buy in or understand his schemes. And then it's, what is it? Forming, storming, norming, and performing, right?
Very good. Yes. Exactly.
That's what they're doing right now. Is it's formed. Now it's going to be stormy for a while, and then hopefully it'll norm out and then perform. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If my director ever watches this, she'll be so proud that you use those terms.
Excellent.
Use those all the time. And he's got quarterbacks that need experience too.
Sure.
Like we don't have a ton of experience in the quarterback part. I don't think Arbuckle looked bad.
And even our veteran
Saturday
hasn't played that many games.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, but I don't think Arbuckle was horrible. The interceptions were there. One of them was definitely on the receiver running the wrong route.
Yeah.
One of them kind of 50-50. He threw it a bit shy, but the receiver didn't come back to it.
Yeah.
Third one totally on him, but the other one,
take out the interceptions and the numbers don't look horrible, right? He's around 70% for his throws. That's expected, and then 254 yards, not much further than Rourke, right? Who had a monster game.
Yeah.
So
so that's the difference, right? So it wasn't way out there. So. Supervan, is there a couple of questions that you want to pull out of the YouTube feeds right now before we get to some Horde and Tell?
Let's look and see what everyone's talking about. Hopefully not much of the game.
I know it's been busy, but...
May not be the game, right?
Yes.
Chris Agar says, I made the comparison of the game to a non-football fan friend. This game was Mike Tyson versus Pee Wee Herman. I guess if you're talking boxing, yeah. If you're talking other things, maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah.
If you're talking dancing, that's totally...
100%.
Right.
Yeah. Then Kim Capper says, I'd rather lose by 44 than lose Stanback, Reed, and Alford all in the same game. Totally fair.
Fair. Especially when Stanback is going to be out for 12 weeks or broken ankle.
Yeah. I mean, we've got some guys as well, right, that are on the 6 games. So we will see.
Yeah. Brutal. It's brutal.
So, yeah. Tim Capper says, thoughts on how the Elks worked in their second string quarterback at wide receiver, third string quarterback at wide receiver on the depth chart. When other teams like the Owls had 3 quarterbacks. Oh, no, sorry, the second string. So The reason they originally had Trey Ford on as wide receiver is because he counted as one of the 21 Canadians, and he wouldn't have counted if he was listed as a quarterback. Then they ended up moving things around a bit. They got a 21st Canadian, so they were at the end moved him back to second string quarterback at that point. So that's why he was there. But we did actually have our third string quarterback at the end go in as a wide receiver, and he had a target right at the very end there. So,
yeah. Hey, at that point,
why not?
Try anything. See what happens.
Exactly. See, they actually tried something outside the box. They can just be like, we'll stick to the regular script, I guess.
I mean, they were trying that. I don't know if that was the only team that had two quarterbacks in the field in the same game, like at the same time in the same game. So,
yeah, I didn't really see much of the Hamilton Saskatchewan one, and shockingly, I didn't go back to watch it.
What?
I did watch the other two, and I didn't see the two quarterbacks.
I didn't either. So.
I was, though, talking about this morning with Linda that I believe it was in the Winnipeg-Ottawa game. The TSN camera, it was on short yardage, and that TSN camera guy got very aggressive with that zoom.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys noticed that at all, but I'm like, I don't need to see the quarterback's fingernails. Like, that's a little close.
That's fine.
Like, it's a little... Especially where those hands are, like
they're fine.
Like, yeah, we don't need 15 times zoom on that. That's okay. Back up a bit.
Not a Sarah McLachlan concert. Lord. I mean, come on. So, Tim Capper is asking, did Chris Jones wear his trademark black? My personal thought is, it's appropriate at a funeral. So, yes, he did. And actually, before that, the team or someone had tweeted out his entire, like all the coaches' wardrobes, and he had like 8 black shirts in it.
Some jeans, which was surprising.
Yeah, 1 pair of jeans and like 8 black shirts.
Well, that's about right.
Oh, Tim, I know why the Elks lost. It was the new uniforms. Oh, I tell you, I thought it was the new name. Come on, pick one.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, Linda has a bright spot. The roof was open and it didn't rain.
Woo! Oh.
See? Yep. Always look on the bright side of life.
Correct. I would whistle, but we don't want that in the
No one needs it.
Yeah. Nope.
Chris Agar is asking, what does everyone think of the weather forecast ticket price idea?
I love
it, it's really cool.
And I have it in our when we're doing our game preview. Can we talk about it then?
Sure.
We'll bring it up then. Okay, awesome.
And then we've got some more stuff here, but we will leave that for a little later.
Okay, sounds good. Are you ready for some Horde and Tell?
Yes. This is what I've been waiting for a while. This one was very special. I had a message on Twitter out of the blue from someone who I had talked to before. His uncle had played with the team, and he had asked if I would be interested in getting something from him, and I thought that would be absolutely fantastic. So he sent me a practice jersey. You can sort of see that these are fairly plain. It's quite hammered. There's a lot of repairs on it. And what makes this special is you don't see a whole lot of these in the wild. And I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, man.
So anyone that has sort of followed along or has been around and a fan for a while knows the significance of the number 21. Don Warrington was the last player in green and gold to wear this number until 1980. He retired and within a week died in a head-on collision in his Jeep. So these are very rare. The family has them, and this is the only one that's sort of outside of the family. And he said that he thought that I should have it. And so he sent it along to me. So he apologized because it says it's just sort of a practice jersey, and I said I didn't really care. That it was very touching, and so this is going to get framed and put up on the wall.
As it should. Oh my goodness, that is powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Really so that's something I never expected I would ever have in the collection, but that's not going to be going into the locker over here. That's definitely getting framed and be going right up on the wall.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, man, that's a great Horde and Tell.
Yeah,
thank you, Superfan.
For sure.
Thank you. That was fantastic. All right, let's get to our next topic where we are setting up this week's game. Shockingly, this podcast can be a little shorter than the rest.
Shocking.
Weird.
Again, if you can't say anything nice.
Correct. That's what we're doing. So week two, Elks versus the Saskatchewan Roughriders. It is our home opener. The Riders coming off that big win over the Tiger Cats on Saturday. Two lopsided games after the two really close ones on Thursday and Friday. And those Thursday Friday games were outstanding, were they not?
Both great finishes.
And great games, like
So
execution on both sides. Lots of and some jumbles, but just
and Bo Levi wasn't great. I mean, that was awesome.
Which I know, Bastard still won though.
Yeah, but that's because they had Mayer come in. Come on.
Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah.
So, game this Saturday, 7 o'clock start. Tailgate will be open somewhere between 4:30 and 5.
So I hear.
We are going to be doing mini pizzas, which is going to be a lot of fun. But do know that the tailgate will be packing up at about 6:30 because I am not missing the intro this year because
it doesn't take long to get in as much now.
Okay, good. I've got all my tickets on my phone. We're all set to go, but I want to make sure that I get into my seat and enjoy that entire intro part because I haven't done it at Commonwealth for 3 years. So
wow.
This is and I'm finally going to get to sit by my seatmate Chad, and we're going
He's not coming, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, he said he will. I already forewarned him there was going to be tears and hugs,
well,
and he
I'm
said
not
he
coming.
was in, so we're good. Yeah, fine, be that way. Fine, be that way. Caleb can come sit by me. We'll have fun. I'm so excited about that. So just so you know, it'll be wrapping up around 6:30 or so.
Perfect.
So that we're in on time. But the thing that Chris was just talking about, they just announced today the weatherproof tickets. Whatever the high was for today, that was the lowest dollar amount for tickets. So there are $22 tickets to this game because that was the high for today. I love it. There's so many things I love about this. Number one, you have a channel that is like a local channel that is involved and talking about this on a Monday morning that's getting the start of the week going. The high, ends up just being over $20. So now we've got $20 tickets again.
Pretty cool.
I don't and people are talking about it. I love it. I think it's a great idea and a cool different idea that we haven't seen before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like
I know people have been asking, what if it's at below zero? And our communications manager Evans is like, I will pay you out of my own pocket if it's below zero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, obviously they won't do the weatherproof tickets through November, but summertime, it's a great idea. Great idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would be terrible in October, November, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, -10. Wait, what? Yeah. Get a ticket and you give me $10? Sweet. Well, we'd get 60,000, I think, maybe.
You have to think. If someone's paying you $5 or $10 to go to a game, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd do that. Yeah. Commissioner, what do you think of that?
Well, you guys kind of just said it all. It's great.
Yeah.
It's different.
I'm excited about that.
It's different and
it's thinking outside the box. It's great.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, Commish, let's start with you. What do the Elks need to do to win this game other than show up? Because I know that's what all three of us want to answer.
Wait. They did show up and they still got trampled.
Did they?
Clearly that's no. They were there. They were
physically
there. They just didn't do much. It was like trying to poke you with a stick. Like, do something. My God.
There was a lot of that. Yeah.
Well, just what do you want? My freaking scroll of a list? Like, do the opposite of what you did last game. Like,
it's opposite day.
What do you? Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, what list do you want? I mean, that Saskatchewan defense is looking a little scary, and against our offense, good luck. And then our defense is like, I'm not sure what. Are you a defense, or are you just kind of like a mini camp of some other team? I'm not sure. Um, just do the opposite of what you did this game. Can you please go over 2 touchdowns? Like, I feel like a fool. I was so confident. I'm like, they'll get 2. They have to. Oh my
Like
god.
they'll get 3.
Over unders.
Yeah.
How embarrassing. I mean, I just play as a team. Listen to. I don't know. I'm just like so flabbergasted. I don't actually know what they need to do. I want to go into the locker room and hear what's being said, because I don't know if there's just, you take training camp guys and then you watch the game and you're like, where is the disconnect? The complete disconnect between what we saw in training camp and then the second preseason game and then this game. It's like, I'm not getting it.
Right.
So, and it's Saskatchewan. Oh my god! Like, just please put it in effort, because it's gonna be like half the stadium is gonna be Riders fans. So,
yeah. Well, there's some that are coming based on that weatherproof ticket. Let me tell you.
And based on the fact that we got annihilated in the last game too, they're like, woohoo! We have a shot, a definite shot.
Yeah, exactly. Superfan, what do you think about this one?
Oh, I think Kayla said most of everything. Do the opposite of what you did last game. We had a lot of people not playing to their potential, to say the least. We saw a lot of players. I mean, on defense, how many people can you say outperformed? None. How many played up to their expected performance? Maybe one? Like maybe Serezna?
Well,
and that's it.
Well, Jalen Collins, I thought he did stand out. Like, he was better.
Yeah.
But
everyone seemed to have an up and down
game.
Guy
wearing 16 whiffed a lot. Let me tell you.
But it's just it is like I remember messaging you. I was like, "Hey, you had a great, almost knockdown, and then next play whiff."
Yeah.
And it just has to be more consistent. Stop taking those penalties. Oh my god. At one point they had BC had 3 for 15 yards, and we had 120 yards in penalties at that point. Like, that's just got to stop. And just get time to click on offense with our quarterback. He didn't spend a lot of time playing with him. He was injured for a game. So, just at this point, and it's got to get better, right? Gotta.
It's got to get better. Yeah, I know. I agree. I just want to see small improvement, really. Or
kick 14 field goals. One of the other.
Like that. Sure. Like, I'm fine with that.
We know he can do it.
Sergio can be the MVP. I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
Just get into range. I just have to mention this because I just caught it out of the corner of my eye in the chat, was that Tim Capper says the early line has the Riders favored by 6, and coach said 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I take the over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can get into our prop bet in a moment. I don't really have much other to add than what you guys did. It's just see some improvement somewhere. I do think they need to lean on the running game a bit more.
Yeah, there weren't a whole lot of attempts.
They only, like, James Wilder Jr. had the ball 8 times. Like, I mean, he had a 5-yard average, but he had the ball 8 times.
Yeah.
Like,
we were just so far behind, right? That was the problem.
Right. But the way they are, like, it's not like you're going to catch him at that point. Like, so lean on your running game a bit. Get your offensive lineman into it.
Wishbone.
I know exactly. Like, that's the winner right there. Fletcher and Wilder at the same time.
Boom.
Oh, I love it.
I'm in.
And Trey Ford at quarterback. You have no idea who's running
it.
Somebody will. Like, right?
And Loxley as a receiver.
Now I hope that they do that, because you're not going to be there, and I'm going to be like, you're never going to believe it. I just ran out.
It's like, how did you wear out a video recording on your PVR? Let me tell you. Rewind, play. Rewind, play. Rewind, play.
That's awesome. All right, let's do our pick'ems for this week. So as we usually do, we will pick the other 3 games, and then we will do a prop bet for the Elks. Mike, do you have one in mind, or shall we ask the masses to give us one?
Well, I was personally going to do over/under on how many mini pizzas you sell.
Sell 0,
Right.
because I give them away because I love people who come to
That's
the
true.
So charitable.
How many are you going to prepare for people? That's the question.
Oh, well,
But yeah, we could see.
It's good you are trying to bet on the best part of the game, but
See?
let's go with that's right.
Modern
Smart.
problems require modern solutions.
That's right.
Yeah, let's see what everyone else can come up with in the meantime, and we can go through our prop bet or our pick'ems.
Okay, well, we'll do our pick'ems then, and then everyone in the chat, if you have a prop bet that you want us to put a line on for Elks versus Riders, throw it into the chat, and Mike will pick the best one the one that he likes best.
Sure.
Just for fun. Okay. All right, so this week we have Montreal versus Toronto. Toronto starting their season as they were on bye last week, and that one is in Toronto. Then we have Winnipeg versus Ottawa, which is the rematch from last week, but now back in the nation's capital. And then we have Calgary versus Hamilton. Hamilton obviously hurting from that loss last week. Calgary coming off the win at home, but now having to go on the road into the Hammer. Commissioner, let's start with you. Out of those 3 games, who are your 3 winners?
Well, I made a vow, as you know, I do every year, so I cannot pick against Montreal. But with the hurt Stanback, did not see that coming. So, but I made a vow, and therefore Montreal. And I'm going Ottawa. They're looking sharp, and Holy Mazzoli is looking fresh. I'm digging it. So I will go with the Red Black. Are we supposed to give our whole spiel, or are we just picking them quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Well, you know me, I'm not the technical gal. I just go by what I like and what I see, and I see a whole lot of Mazzoli.
Okay, excellent.
And I will also go against Calgary because it's always fun to do so. And gonna go with the Hammer in the Hammer.
Nice.
Lay down the law.
Superfan?
You know what? It was interesting last week, of course. All 4 West teams, 4 of the 5 West teams won. Obviously, 1 West team lost.
Which one?
Yeah,
Wait.
I forget. My therapist said I can't talk about it.
Correct.
And all 4 home teams won. So I think this time all the 3 away teams are going to win. We don't obviously pick against us. So I think Antwi is going to continue. He had a great game, I thought, after Stanback went down. I think he's going to continue. Toronto's going to have to sort of ease into it. Maybe they'll win the week after, but I think Montreal's going to take it. Winnipeg started off slow. They started to come around faster, and I think it's going to be probably the game of the week. Winnipeg, Ottawa, and I think that's going to maybe be a Winnipeg win. And then Calgary, Hamilton, Dane Edwards looked like a deer in the headlights, I thought. Like, he looked scared a lot of the time, was forcing that ball, throwing it early. And if Calgary can get to him early, I think it's going to be a long, long day for him. So I think Calgary's going to take it.
Ooh.
All right. Excellent. I have got the Argos, the Red Blacks.
Tim's not your friend anymore.
And the Stampeders going this week. I think the Argos have. I think they might surprise some people when they start getting going. So, and their home opener, and they played really well at home last year. So I'm going that one. Ottawa, I think they were very close last week, and if it wasn't for a couple of push-ups moments, that game might have gone a different way. They're going to be fired up this week. I'm hoping that Ottawa. I'm more hoping that Ottawa pulls off the win. And Calgary's defense, as I said on every preview show I went on, Calgary's defense is going to be better than you think, and they are.
Wait. Last podcast, though, I'm pretty sure you said that you're never going to choose Calgary.
Oh, did I say that
you
this
said
year?
that because I was like, "Oh, isn't that fun?"
All right.
But you
Right,
can go back.
You
but
do
I just
you.
wanted to run,
If you want to be a liar.
I did.
Just saying.
I'm a liar. I'm picking Calgary. I didn't want to pick Calgary, but I'll pick Calgary.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did we have any good prop bets in there that you want to go with there?
Well, because Coach Vic did say there was not enough run because we were losing so bad. So there's two to choose from. Coach Vic says his prop bet is total number of run plays. So I'm guessing that means called runs versus breakdown. That's gonna be a little tougher, but or do you want to say this runs out of the running back?
Run plays? Just anybody that runs. Yeah, I'd be okay with
even if it's a quarterback.
Yeah. Even if it's a quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
or unless coach says he wants it to just be like wilder runs.
Or or if we happen to have two people at a running back,
Or running back runs.
Yeah.
If you want to go that way, then I'll change.
Non-quarterback runs.
Yeah. Sure, and Dave, why don't we do that? Yeah, that'll be
Dave Winchester. Another appropriate one. Prop bet would be penalty yards.
Oh, good Lord.
417.
All right. Well, which one do you want to set? Which one do you want me to set a line on there, Superfan?
Well, I mean, it's me. I got to be me. So let's go with run plays, and let's make it so it's non-quarterback runs.
So, non-quarterback run plays. Okay, I am going to. This is against Saskatchewan, where they have probably the best linebacking core in the league, which is a little sad to say out loud, but I'm going to set the line at 12.5.
Okay.
12.5 run plays by a running back on the Elks.
What if it's a receiver and a sweep, or what if it's a?
You said running back.
I said non-quarterback.
You said non-quarterback.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I'm still sticking with 12.5.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, Mike, what do you got?
This last one was bad. I think that they're going to want to change things up, and we're going to get maybe a heavier dose of running back at the beginning of the game. So I'm going to go over.
Okay, Commissioner.
If I'm not mistaken, although I didn't watch a lot of Rider games when Chris Jones was head coach, so he could have changed, but wasn't he more heavily on the throw receiving end rather than the run game? I don't think that a zebra changes his stripes that much, so I'm going to go under.
But his OC is a former offensive lineman now.
Yes, but his OC in Saskatchewan was also that same offensive lineman who didn't run the ball then either.
Yeah, you ran it last year.
Yeah, he did. He did run it last year. Yeah, I will give him that. So, I'm going under.
Okay. Yeah. 2 unders and an over.
It'll be like 12. I think it'll be like 12.
All right.
Put your what you think in the comments. We'll get to it in overtime. So over or under 12.5 runs that are non-quarterback runs in the game. And we will see where we end up for next week. That is a ton of fun. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot to change the topic when we were talking about that. Interesting. There, pick'ems. Yay. Okay. So let's talk about fantasy a little bit. Because we did the CFL podcast fantasy league is up and running once again. Thank you to Ryan from the Canadian Football Countdown for
big one this year.
Big one, yes. 17 people in this pool. So we've got guys that you play everybody once and you get one bye week. So this is pretty fun
this week.
Well, this week it's you. Yeah, exactly. But week one,
it was also me.
Beat kind of.
Yeah.
I beat Trey from the Canadian Football Countdown because I had Butler as a running back on my team who got 44 points. Did pretty well. Mike, you lost to Saf,
who had Rourke
Pod because who had Rourke. Yeah, exactly.
And I had Arbuckle.
Who was my other quarterback? I was actually going to put. I was going between Evans and Rourke, and then I'm like, I don't know. I got bit by my love of my own team, and that's why I didn't pick Rourke. But yeah, man, I could have cleaned up if I had both those two. Anyway,
I should have just paid attention to last year. If you combine the 2 games Rourke played against us, they won 102 to 22.
Ooh.
In 2 games.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good pick. He's a good pick against us.
Yeah.
Great.
So we're basically on the same streak.
Edmonton killer.
Yeah.
Wonderful. This week I get Podsky Wee Wee. Now I'm not sure if that is Mike or Josh or both.
Maybe.
I'm not sure how they're doing that. But I get them this week, and you are on bye this week.
I'm just getting ready for the week after.
Perfect. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
That's right.
Yeah, because the week after, it's the Turf District Showdown for this year in week 3.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now.
Right. We'll give you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
That's that's the only week we don't get to share our rosters with each other, but every other week we're like, hey, this is what I picked. It's fantastic.
And then
I
you
love it.
snicker.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, oh, don't pick that. Yeah, exactly. All right. This episode is also brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. Even if you're a busy business owner with more meetings than hours in a day, you are calm and collected when your group benefit plan is taken care of by Alberta Blue Cross. Your employees can manage their own health, dental, life, and disability coverage online anytime on any device, making it easier for them and for you. To learn more and explore your options, head to ab.bluecross.ca. That's ab.bluecross.ca. Well, this is a bit cathartic. Glad we got this in.
Yeah.
Got to chat a little bit. Always fun. Yeah, exactly. You both got to drink. I obviously need to do more of that. I'll have wine next time, Kayla. I promise.
I'll have whatever you want. I don't care. I just
Well,
happy I have mine.
I'll make.
She's got a bottle.
Yeah, I'll make sure I have mine here. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's we'll just give our APN shout out this week. It goes to the Color Gap. Shazia shares unconventional career strategies and advice for women of color by women of color.
Cool.
You can find them and all the other great shows at the Alberta Podcast Network.com. Of course, follow our friends at Pay It Forward with Football. Again, they are doing great things to spread kindness, which is what we all want. Where do we find you guys online, Commissioner?
On Twitter at Duchess Lombardi.
Yes, you have been more active as of late.
Well, when you go through things like on Saturday, the only thing you can do that's therapeutic is let it all out.
Misery loves company.
Yes.
Oh, and it was misery indeed.
There were some great laughs about it, though, too.
When you suck that bad, I'm just like, what gif or meme can I do that would make people laugh? And then I think I'm hilarious, and no one responds to me, and I'm like, that was like the best tweet of the night, and like no one liked it.
I think you're funny.
Thanks.
I've been retweeting lots of your tweets.
You're like one of the 3 people. The other's my mom.
That's what brothers do. That's what family does. Yeah.
The other's me.
Super fan.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll be just hiding in a hole.
It's fair.
You can find me at 56 Parkies, and then the history and the bit of Horde on there at the Edmonton Football History Twitter account at EDMHISTOREE.
Don't worry. In your hole, I will like fish line you down some gin, so you won't be completely alone.
As long as it's not in a bucket, okay. So it puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
That's
got dark.
The way that conversation started, I'm like, title of the podcast, and then I realized that.
No, I think Suter had the title of the podcast in that one game.
Yes, he did. Yeah. The exact line, I believe, was great, clean, man-on-man action.
Action, hit him right in the hole.
Right in the hole. That's what it was. Man-on-man action, right in the hole.
Yeah.
Hashtag OnlyFans. Hole.
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn.
Yep.
It's outstanding. Yep. Outstanding. I'm sure Tyler will put it in the comments because he recorded it and we. Oh my goodness, we were laughing so hard. We had to pause the game. We were laughing so hard. I was like, did he actually just say that? Let's rewind. Yeah. It was outstanding. Make sure you're following me at Free Policious. Well, actually, don't make sure you're following me. You can if you want, whatever. I'm there. But follow the show. Make sure you're following the show at the Turf District on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And make sure that you're sharing that around. Oh, we're like just a couple away from getting to our 2,500 followers. So that's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
So help us out with that. We'd really appreciate appreciate that. And share the links to the show and to the YouTube so that we can have more people in the chats while we are talking football. We would love to have that. And that same note, because of our CFL family, it was great this week to see Marcia and Steve and Carrie out at the game, and it's awesome, right? You go in every stadium and
I feel like
people
Steve was
love it.
having a real self-identity issue, though.
He was, yeah. He had almost every West team on. It was amazing.
I was like, just
Yeah,
hang on, I got it here somewhere. Let me. Which team am I
yeah.
cheering for?
There we go.
Love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Yeah, nothing like a West team crisis, but it was great. So stick around for overtime. We will be back to chat a little bit more about the game and some of the things that are going on. Otherwise, we will be back next week when we talk about how the home opener went and set up for a another TD trip down to Calgary to watch that game. Oh my. Anyway, it's gonna be we'll still have fun. So thank you so much for joining us. For Commissioner Kayla and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.
Wait, I don't see
All right,
him.
here we go.
Just kidding.
Hello. We
Oh, whoopsie.
back for overtime. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh my. Yeah, Tyler did put the actual line in the chat, and it was nice, clean, man-on-man hit right on the hole. That was the line. I told him, I said, I think I should just grab that and be the title of the podcast
Yeah.
right there before
Right
we
there.
even like I'm picking it right from the game.
Nailed it.
Ripped
Live.
from the headlines.
Nailed it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the hole. Target acquired.
Oh my, oh my. All right. Well, let's go through some chatting here on what is in the chat,
They're
Superfan.
much more
there is
interesting than
so
us.
much, yes. Ken Ludwig is talking about Arbuck looking like a quarterback learning a new system. Odd.
Yeah.
Considering he played with the same offensive team last year. So that is a little odd, isn't it?
Oof.
It is, except I mean it's different players in that
Yeah,
system,
for
I
sure.
guess. Yeah. because, like I said, the one interception, like Jalen Marshall did, I think he ran the route wrong because the defensive guy ran the route for him and it was like right where the ball was going. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think Linda, again, another great line said, I don't think they should call it an interception if you throw it right to the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that should be a reception.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
it
much.
went to the wrong team, but yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, but that was
I think Danny McManus used to say that he thought interceptions should count as completions on his stats.
yeah.
And if anyone should know. Ken Ludwig says Dave Jameson, which I think is the tweet of the week, said,
I agree.
Yeah, from Dave Jameson's friend, compared the Elks D line to his snow tires, no studs. So, he's not wrong.
Man.
Oh,
No.
and speaking of dropping the mic here, Linda Edwards. Chris Jones has
Okay.
too many jobs, and that's why the defense stunk up the joint. Talk amongst yourselves.
Really interesting. Well, because he now has GM,
Yep.
head coach,
Yeah.
defensive coordinator.
Yes.
But it's just those three, right?
I believe that's correct.
That we know of.
Because
Yes.
G-Roy is really doing.
He's associate
lot of the-
GM. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's kind of
GOPD.
doing a lot of the GM work, right? And then, yeah, so I guess that's the only one where he's getting a little bit of pressure off.
Yeah, I mean, there's defensive assistants, but still.
Yeah, but he's got to run it. So
Yeah.
yeah, could be, it could be for sure. Yeah, I don't know. He seemed to, again, like you said, Kayla, this is one game, and what you said, Mike, was that first year he was in Saskatchewan, it was like he was 1-10, and then all of a sudden,
And then the wins started coming.
turned
Yeah.
around, right? So,
Mhm.
so he should know how to do it, but he's got to get everybody in place to kind of get it a little more secure. And
But I mean,
we're not there yet.
it's the same with any job though. Like I've been at my job for 8 years and I know how to do it. But then when a new person comes in, it kind of screws up what I'm doing because I have to then go and teach them how to do this whole scheme. So I can't really do my job as effectively because now I'm doing almost two
Right.
people's jobs, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I could be there for 20 years and it'd be the same thing. I mean, to think about exactly what he's coming into, and this whole organization just went through a complete overhaul. So
Yeah.
remember your expectations, people. I mean, it sucks to lose that pathetically. It does, but let's just don't jump off the cliff yet. We have a whole season to get through. Do it at the end, if necessary.
Then jump off the cliff.
Then jump off. Preferably not, but I mean, if you really want to, just wait till the end.
Or a way to stop you.
That's right. Who are we? Yeah. All right. That's good.
Yep. Tim Capper. What are the Elks giving as the season ticket member gift this year? The right to go to the games?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what? And
We
had a good conversation actually in
With
our
Paul.
little text group
Yeah.
about this with Paul, right? Where he'd said that a lot of times when they had done those types of things in the past, it was kind of a swing and a miss for him, and I can appreciate that. I need to say that I'm surprised.
Yeah,
surprised.
I'm not.
Well, okay, I want to hear your point. I'm going to say I'll tell you why I am surprised. Is that when we talked to Victor,
Yep.
and we said, okay, you're doing all these things for the $99 seats, and then what are you going to do for the fans that have been here forever? And he kind of alluded that, there was plans, and so I am a bit surprised that didn't happen for those of us that have been season ticket holders for a while. But are you more of the mindset that you figured that it's kind of lip service and just kind of get the new
No.
people in?
No.
Or what do you think?
I think that he's very sincere when he says he's going to be doing things for season ticket holders. I've heard of some of the ideas. Now, these are just ideas that he was throwing out and brainstorming some ideas, and I don't really want to go into them here, but suffice it to say that from what I heard from people that have gone to the influencers meetings and business leaders meetings, there are some good ideas being thrown out there. However, for season ticket packages, there just wasn't enough time since Victor got on board in February for something that was going to be coming out in late May.
Fair.
So that's why I'm not surprised nothing came with the packages, because the previous administration, they weren't focused on that at all. They didn't really seem to care about the game day. They didn't seem to care about anything other than winning games. Getting people into the stands was not something that they really had on their radar at all. Whereas Victor Cui, that is something that he's very much big on, especially coming from the arena where he came from before. So I think in 2023, we can expect to see something. Now, when we were having a discussion, you, I, and Paul, we were talking about things that may not appeal to everybody. I mean, you're never going to get things. The Toronto Argonauts, everyone got a stitched, embroidered hoodie, which is absolutely gorgeous from what I've seen.
I thought they got a backpack.
Oh, sorry, it's the backpack, right? The hoodie was the year before.
Backpack. Yeah.
It was a backpack.
It was a backpack.
And it's the first game I think they were talking about going, everyone was getting a hat. So, or the first 5,000 people. So everybody that's going, get a hat. So had to.
That was mean, but funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm hoping, especially after what happened in Vancouver, that we can start seeing Toronto getting a lot of fans in there as well.
Yes.
But at least they're trying, right? Even if it's not something that appeals to you, the backpack, whatever, they're trying something.
They're trying,
doing nothing. Like, we don't get a card to get in. We don't get anything to get us that says we are season ticket holders. There's, from what I have seen so far, there is no annual decal, which we have been getting since 1968. With the season ticket packages, it had the logo with the year on it. Last year, there was just the logo, didn't come with the package again. It was just at the desk, and there was no year on it. So it was just, you got pocket schedule. Sometimes you got a little leatherette folder to hold your season tickets in, the whole bit. And other times there was more significant things as well.
Wait. You didn't get the little box last year?
Yeah, last 2 years we got a box. Or not last year, 2 years.
No, that was
2021.
No.
2019 and 2018.
Yeah. But I'm asking 2021. You got, because I didn't get season tickets last year.
There was nothing.
Nope, there was nothing in 2021.
Because in 2018 and 19, there was the card that served as your tickets. There was no card last year.
Because that's what I was the first season ticket holder in 2018 and got the little box, and then 2019 got the little box.
Right, and it had the photo of it was Riley in 18 and Mondo in 19. Little sort of display card, trading card, whatever you want to call it. But there was no card last year, so there was nothing sent out.
That's a bummer.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do hope that they offer some experiences for season ticket holders,
and that's what I think they're planning. But again, that's not necessarily something you'll mail to season ticket holders.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, you guys, what would your expectations be then? Like, specifically Andrew, because you said that you're a little shocked and slightly disappointed. What were you hoping for, I guess, would be a better question.
Honestly, I was just looking for something token.
Okay.
Like, it could be
like the little box.
A hat that says season seat holder.
Okay.
Something that specifies you're a season seat holder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
the
little badge.
Or a T-shirt
or a pin or a
pin.
Okay.
Or like anything. Just and I understand that these things are token, and it's like, well, it's just a token.
I enjoy them.
But you know what? I just wanted the acknowledgement that, like, for me, this is year 20.
Wow.
As a season seat holder, and so I can see lots of people in the chat saying even longer than that, right? But when you start to be like, I've been part of the club for that, like the season seat club, for that long, so you kind of want to be like, okay, well, where's the and we've really kind of been taken advantage of for the past 6 years. So where's the okay? here's the token thing that says thank you. Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that was the thing that I was
I
kind
don't
of
want to say
looking for,
taken
right?
advantage. We were taken for granted.
For
sure.
granted.
Granted, that's true.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Yes, taken for granted is better.
Yeah, they was just assumed
Yeah.
we have your money, you're going to show up. So,
Mhm.
Correct.
but the biggest
Yes.
problem people forget is if you buy a seat and you don't show up, you're not spending a single penny in the stadium. They're making nothing off of you versus someone who
Right.
might spend
Mm.
less money to get a ticket, but shows up and buys concessions, maybe buys a shirt or a hat or a jersey or whatever.
Right.
Right.
That is a far more value to the team than someone buying just a season ticket and not going. In my opinion, anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true.
That's why
Yeah.
there's $22 tickets right now, right? They want people
Right.
in there because it gives a better experience. People that are there, it looks better on TV. It has a chance to make more money. Maybe more fans that'll buy season tickets. The whole bit, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but even like at the Argo game this coming Saturday, when you walk in, you can get the fridge magnet schedule.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm like,
Mm.
easy thing. Like 10,000 of them.
8
Doesn't even
years.
have to be everybody, but God, it would be nice to have that again.
When
Like
when we were at
Yeah.
the stadium, they did not have a sticker. They did not have a pocket schedule. I don't know so far that there is a media guide. There is nothing tangible. There are obviously no programs that you can take home
Yeah.
as a souvenir. The
And
only
not
thing you
only-
get as a souvenir
Right.
is something you can wear.
Well, and not only as a souvenir too, like for me, that little pocket hold of the schedule was really beneficial. Like I'm obviously a little tiny bit younger than you, just a tiny bit younger.
Week or two.
But I don't even like looking on my phone on my calendar. I'd rather have something that is like I can hold. I don't know why. I just do because maybe I'm a book lover. I just like that physical
Sure.
thing that I can flip through. Maybe it's because I can't see
Would you-
without my glasses very
Would
well.
you
I
rather
don't know.
read a book or something on your iPad?
100% a book.
See?
1,000% a book.
Exactly.
The only time is when I travel, I take a Kindle or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's because I have to, not because I want to.
Right, because you're not going to carry a suitcase full of books as
Yeah,
much as you
and-
want to.
right.
Oh yeah, I want to. All the time. Even just for looks. Just come along, books.
Yes. A nice
Come on.
trunk
Right?
Yeah, no, that's trunk.
and a shirt.
How do you know? Going to
Oh
Hogwarts.
my, that's funny.
Um,
That's funny.
but yeah, and with so many, I mean, obviously we have kids, Andrew, you and I,
Mhm.
and they love having something that they can look back at. My
Yeah.
10-year-old loves pulling out. Last year, they actually had some trading cards at the knothole section.
Yes.
And he constantly is pulling them out. And remember when I got these? Remember, I'm like, you've been saying that since the day after. So yeah, I still remember when you got those.
Yes.
Rubbing my face because I don't have any.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's the thing is people do scrapbooking for their family for this is what we did last year. Or, I mean, I've got scrapbooks of like Edmonton football and CFL in general going back to the early 50s.
You don't say.
Yeah. Like it's just one of those things that people like to have a tangible memory.
Mhm.
And I don't think an NFT is going to cut it.
No, I
That's fair.
hate
We like things being
that.
funged. So
We
want
things
fungible.
being funged.
And again, I like the season seat holders when you had it on a lanyard.
Yep.
Because
Right.
totally, it's the Wayne's World thing. You're like, ha ha
Yeah,
ha ha.
EE3.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was cool. And I even go back like you were saying, Mike, they get something like the kids like Wilder came out and gave Nathan that Get Wilder shirt. I'm like that was 3 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure he's worn it 16 times.
Yep.
in
Yeah.
Thomas too.
In the 21 days. Like it's
And his autographed hat.
Yep.
right. Oh, I know. He loves it.
Mhm.
Right.
All
But that's
kids do.
That was a big deal for him.
And this
So-
is a market
and-
you want.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's your magnet. Here's your small poster you can put on the wall.
Why do you think I have
Of-
all the stuff behind me? Why do you
Mhm.
have the stuff behind you? Because at some point,
Because I'm weird.
well, that's
No.
one reason.
Yeah.
But at some point when we were kids or even young adults, whatever, we had something that we brought home and either you stuck it on the wall or it was on a coffee table or whatever. And you got to look at it. I'm sure seeing as Supermom is in the chat, she'll remember all kinds of stuff we had. Whether it was hockey or football or whatever, right? And her threatening to, bring a shovel into the bedrooms to clean it up if we didn't pick it all up. But,
Oh, I thought
a
that
lot
was
of
going very dark.
it, yeah, shovel to the back of the head. No, that's a different time. That's a different story. It's a different podcast.
Different overtime.
Yeah, we're in overtime. That's Twitter After Dark. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that you can look back, and I didn't really start collecting again until I moved to Victoria, just because I wasn't surrounded by it all the time, right? So I had all of a sudden these boxes, and I opened a box and I found a program from 1978, the last game at Clark Stadium, and our season tickets were in it. So I was able to go back and remember all of these things, and that's when I'm like, I got to find more of this kind of stuff. And
You need a bigger room.
yeah, this is a new house.
Just a brand new house for your collectibles.
Right.
A little cabin.
That seems fair.
Right.
Perfect.
Like,
we're getting rid of the backyard. It's going to be just a new museum.
I know.
See? Done.
I don't think the other people in your house are going to be that excited about that as you are, but
Eventually,
I will support you.
Eventually, you'll outgrow the climbing structure.
That's right.
I'm sure Jedi's talked about a outdoor kitchen, but isn't an indoor museum better? I think
It is. I 100%.
it would free up the basement.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So, Ken Woodwig is saying, how bad was it Saturday night? I saw the Elks blitz 7 twice, and we're in no danger of getting the sack. Well, they had no sacks. So
They had none, and they had no pressure.
No.
Like zero pressure.
that's what he's talking about, right? Rushing 7
Yeah.
and getting no pressure.
Yeah, Rourke had
all kinds of time.
day
Mhm.
to get it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he didn't, he just ran. There's no
Correct.
contain at all. So, yeah.
Nope. No.
Yeah, then
None of
we're
that.
looking at the prop bets.
Yeah.
Coach Vic says he's going over. There has to be a release of those stud runners.
All right.
Whereas Tim Capper says under.
Okay.
Coach Vic's asking, I wonder how Fajardo is doing after the big hit.
Yeah. I heard about that one afterwards. That
I didn't see that.
Simone
Yes.
hit him hard again. Was he going down again and he got
Yeah.
hit, or was it really?
I think so.
Was it dirty?
Why?
It's Simone, so everyone's going to say it is anyway.
Yeah.
He
even
does
if it
have a bit of a
wasn't.
reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of course opened up a discussion. Tim Capper is asking, did you see the cheap shot that Vernon Adams took to the chin? And Coach Vic says Winnipeg's Coloros took a hit late in the game and looked a bit dazed, and they actually had the spotter
Yes.
take him out for 3 plays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And a
That
lot
one
of people
wasn't a bad hit though. That was a hit and his head just bounced off the turf.
right, but that's the
Like,
thing is he slid head first,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
trying to get the first
Yeah.
down, and I think he was already well past it at that point. At that point, just slide.
Mhm.
Like
yeah. Just
Mhm.
yeah.
we saw
Yeah.
Bo Levi in his game, like no one was within 3 yards of him, and he still slid. Just because
Yep.
he knew he had the first down, slide, get back to the huddle and go. And Ryan's been on the show before talking about Bo Levi versus Riley at the time. And
Smart
he says
players,
he
yeah.
will just always go down early because he's like, you know what, I'd rather be healthy than take a shot I don't need to take. And because the real thing,
Except for now that he's out
Yeah.
because he's got a.
but it's the thing
injured
is,
ankle.
had he been going head first in all these slides,
Oh yeah.
you might have been
Yeah.
out long before, right? And this is a chance for him to be like, you can go all out in the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
get to there first. So
Although I am seeing here. Oh, I thought Randy had said that it was a head first slide by Cody, but I haven't seen the hit, so I
Right.
can't say. I just heard about it or read about it, I guess, on Twitter.
Oh, see, and again, Linda with the classic perfect line. Tim Capper says, Cliff, you heard that Jack and Coke partnered up and will be offering the drink in a can. Linda says, I prefer to drink at home or in the stadium, not in the can. So I don't know how you can argue that.
No, can't top that.
Nope.
I don't
Although
know.
there's nothing better than a good shower beer.
I was
that's
gonna
kind of in
say,
the
yeah,
can.
I drink
I
my
mean-
wine in the tub all the time.
That's true. Not the same. I don't think you referred it when you're the tub as being in the can, but
That's fair.
everyone
That's
can do what
fair.
they want.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the can's like right there.
That's
Kind of
true.
transition over.
Transition. All right.
Isn't Jack and Coke kind of in the can all on its own?
Yeah,
Like-
that's gross. Just drink your whiskey straight. My God.
Linda also says, is using your hands to tackle a scheme? That should be instinct.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had a lot of T-Rexes going on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of alligator arms, a lot of Trevor Gaylor.
Correct.
Coach Vic says the Elizondo offense was not this offense. Arbuckle is running a new offense. Yeah, we were talking about when Arbuckle was in Toronto. So he would have had Jarius Jackson and McAdoo still there at that time. So, and of course, Tim was asking, how long have you guys had your season tickets? And you were saying you've had 20 years.
I just said this is year 20 for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we had season tickets as a kid. My dad through his company, who was the printers, who ironically printed things like their media guides and their posters and their. So that's why I had so much of this stuff. His dad would just bring all this stuff home. And then I didn't get them. I was working nights, and then I moved to Victoria, and then so I guess 2014 when I was still in Vic, which is probably when the seed of moving back had sort of been planted at that point. So yeah, since 2015 for me. So,
okay.
What are you, Kayla?
So
2018, but I didn't get last year, so I'm still only 2 years. But it's not as fun like going alone. I'll wait till I find like
Sit on the west side.
football. Yeah, but you guys, I can't afford those seats, and then I'm going to all the games. I'll just have to wait till I find a good pal to
That's true.
hook up with and sit with. You need a companion. It's kind of lonely when you're just like all by yourself.
Ken, 43 years for Ken Lutwick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brava.
So, yes, longer than some of us in this chat have been alive. And Kayla too. So Linda is at 27 years, Tim, plus a few years before I took one off. Tim Capper's 25 years this season, which would put him back, if my math is right, since Montreal came back in 96.
Yeah.
So since they moved back from Baltimore, he's been there the whole time. So the Owls will be giving out a gift. Unsure when. I think it'll be a jersey for season ticket holders.
The gift was having Vernon Adams Jr. doing that jersey swap. That would have been my gift to me.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Hey,
that was pretty cool.
That was so neat.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they gave us a jersey this year? Season ticket holder gift? How would you feel about that, Superfan? I may be loading this up with a bad question. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
He's like, I just want a sticker.
Can I get an away one? Can I be picky?
No, I get a jersey and have someone else crest it. With yellow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
With the right color. Yeah.
Right. Coach Vic, one day will tell the story. Have cheered for the team for over 45 years. Only able to start season tickets 5 years ago. Of course, obviously, Coach Vic does drive in for every game.
Yeah.
And we do love the videos on game day and everything else before he drives in, and some of the pictures and stories from the road and everything else. Always a fun part of game day. Cliffy D, aren't NFTs all the rage now? That's right. They cannot be funged. So non-fungible tokens. Coach Vic.
Kayla's like, what the hell? That's your face right now.
Pictures and
always
you can own them, but you can. I don't know. Coach Vic says that they need something that only a season ticket holder would get, not available to non-season ticket holders. Was it last year or 2020? They had the car flags, and you had like a 2-hour window to drive to the stadium to pick them up. Yeah. And then on the first game of the regular season, they just put a box of them out at every gate, so people just got them anyway.
Everybody.
So I'm like, and they didn't say season ticket holder; it just was a flag. Right. So yeah, I think it has to be something that is specifically a season ticket holder item, and maybe should mention that you are a season ticket holder. Doesn't need to be for long.
That I agree. Yeah,
but
sweatshirts.
Yeah, that's the tricky part, and that's what we were having a discussion with Paul. Is that for him, getting something in his size just doesn't happen.
Right.
And how are you going to know? And is it going to be a woman's shirt or like a women's cut or a man's cut or your unisex cut, whatever you want to call it?
I would like to. Oh, sorry.
Just going to say, that's the kind of thing that it doesn't have to be the day one, but if they're like, you can get this, we're going to start like as of week 1, we will get the information by the end of the year. Everyone will get a shirt in the size they choose.
Exactly.
Because you can't really do it in February because they're still having a season ticket drive at that point.
Right.
Well, I was going to ask, like, there's got to be a way to, you have it in your system. So why can't you just like put in, I wear size, blah.
Or even have it where it's like sign up for your season tickets by May 15th and get the season ticket holder gift.
Right.
You know what
Something,
I mean? Like, yeah, just something that it kind of pushes you to get it before camp starts or
something
whatever.
that's even a recognition less than a gift. You know what I mean? Like it's
really, that's really what it is. Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, Linda and Zach saying, I don't require a gift or token, but I did like that in 2021, the Argos, because of course Brian had been getting the Argo season tickets, sent the season ticket holders the clear logoed bags to go along with the new policy. So they set the policy and everyone who was a season ticket holder got a bag.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, brilliant.
That's
cool.
Like
that would have been
not even that hard for them to do, right?
Yeah. And put season ticket holder on it.
Yep.
Done.
Something simple.
Done. Okay. That's and it actually helps them at the same time as it kind of recognizes the fan. I love that idea. Yeah.
Ken says, I started following the team in 1972 when they started that amazing consecutive playoff record. So, yeah, we're talking
Good
34 years
Wow.
at the time, 34 years was the consecutive win streak or consecutive playoff streak. Yeah, I wasn't even aware of a team at that point. So,
yeah, me either.
No kidding.
I wasn't alive.
Yeah, that would make it a lot less of what you like to be aware. Randy says that what I think we've been sort of dancing around without saying, it should feel like you're part of an exclusive club. I know we've had that conversation with Paul, which is why he'd had kept his season tickets when he moved there, and I got season tickets when I was in Victoria because it did feel at the time like you were part of a club.
Yes.
Tim says, okay, follow-up question as a STM season ticket holder, member? Sure. How do you feel about the cheap ticket prices? Does it make you feel valued as a ticket holder?
Me right now, I feel it is just get people in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that those cheap tickets are not where my seats are.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel that it devalues my ticket at all. And I know with the Stand for Ukraine game, we did talk about this on the pod that, Victor said, yeah, if you want us to refund you the difference, we will. Or you can just consider that as a more of a donation to
100%
Ukraine, right? So I think they're doing it the right way, and I think I feel like, I don't know for sure, but I feel like if I went into the ticket office and said, well, what's with the $22 tickets, but mine's whatever it is, 45 or whatever the heck it is. And they'd be like, yeah, because the $22 tickets are
bronze
up
seats
in the top corner of YY. Like,
Yeah.
do you, but
We can move you there.
C row 20. Like, we can move you up there if you'd rather.
Yep.
But yeah, exactly.
And that's just it.
But-
I don't think, unless you're buying tickets in section YY up top,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, or in the end zones or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it, but I know my seats are valued differently than those seats that they're selling.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it.
Randy McDonald says, when I was a season ticket holder from 86 to 98, I don't recall getting any perks. However, it was a much different time. You did get something. In that time, you got, I don't have them with me, but I've probably done it on a hoard and tell. You got the little leatherette case to hold your tickets. You got, not a whole lot said season tickets on it back then.
Right.
But you still had some things that were mailed to you, whether it was the pocket schedules, the season ticket booklet, the coupons that went with the season tickets, and then the pocket schedule and the annual sticker with the year on it and everything else. I don't
Plus the actual paper tickets.
Yeah, absolutely, which were usually photo tickets. And
yes,
I might even have some. Hey, look at that. I have tickets.
Weird.
So, yeah. Some of these have photos on them. Yeah, so there's an example of some season tickets. I don't know if you can see those.
There you go. Now we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So those,
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed
perfect.
to the printed off tickets you would buy if you were not a season ticket holder. So there was certainly more stuff that was for season ticket holders back then. So as I trashed the place.
Yeah.
Tim was even saying, I miss the physical tickets and recently card. Proof you were there. I hate digital tickets now. Randy says,
I
Tim,
get the reason for them, but
it's cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's cheaper, and you're not handling stuff. Like, it's just your beep, beep. Like, it's all on your phone.
But even
But you
pre-COVID.
still you still beep the tickets. It's just you as a person has to hold it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And I was going to say, a paper ticket makes no difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it is cheaper.
It's cheaper, and that's about it. It seems to be all about pinching pennies now, and that's unfortunate. Randy says, Tim, I feel the same. It's a physical reminder of being present at an event. I've got tons of concert tickets from shows I've been to since the 1970s.
I collected theater tickets for the longest time.
100%, exactly the same. And people that scrapbook, same kind of thing, right? They'll be like, here's a page about I went to this city and then I went to this show and here's the program and here's the handbill or whatever, right? And it's just, you can't do that now because it's all digital. And I know I have talked to a lot of people online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. People are complaining because their parents or their friends or whoever don't go to games, and that is the number one reason, because they don't understand how to fiddle with their phone to get their tickets. They don't want to put tickets in their wallet on their phone.
Right.
They want a paper ticket that they can have. If they want to sell those tickets, they can hand those tickets to somebody and say, here's the tickets, and then you can go to the game. Like,
I don't know if you guys recall last year when I had said that I had to help this guy find his tickets on the website, but because they were transferred to him, we were out there for probably 15-20 minutes trying to understand like where these tickets were going. And like when you're clicking the link, even for me, like I was confused. Where the crap do these keep going?
Right.
So I feel bad for people, like even my mom. I know she would have a panic attack because she wouldn't understand how to operate this.
Well, that's just it. It's like,
tickets.
My battery died on my phone. Guess you're not going to the show now, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Or it was a short, or so many things that happen with digital technology. And all of a sudden now I can't go to the show because I don't have this paper ticket, which I have here. I mean, there are advantages. I've got my phone with me everywhere I go, and I never have to worry about forgetting the tickets at home. But if I forgot the tickets at home, I could still go to the will call office and be like, I'm a season ticket holder. Can you cancel them and issue me new tickets for tonight? And they could do it. So,
or if you're like me and you run out of data all the time,
and
the Wi-Fi is acting up and you can't, for some reason, access them.
And you can't do screenshots anymore.
Yeah, no, we can't.
Right. So there's a long discussion about this. Coach Vic, I kept season memorabilia in each of my ticket boxes, my ticket card, even the ESC cheer team fundraising pins. Right. I am a slightly older generation. I hear you, Coach. These things bring back memories. I mean, that's why
I do that
literally
too.
called souvenirs. It's French for memory, right? Remember.
Yeah.
Randy says, when you build the third story in your house, Mike, you'll have lots of room for memorabilia.
Perfect. Yeah, there you
Mike's
go. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Linda, going back to the drinking in the can, shower beers, of course, notwithstanding.
Of course, yes, of course, yeah.
I bet you she has a hat specifically for that, and he has little straws.
Oh, see? It's brilliant. If that doesn't exist for a shower, that needs to happen.
Or like,
really does.
A little bag in the shower, and you
like an IV.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Campbell pack.
That's perfect.
Tim says the Alouettes actually offer generic physical season tickets to those less digitally inclined on request.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And again, when we went last year, which was the first year there wasn't a physical card or paper tickets or anything, you saw the average age of the people that were at the game was way, way younger than before. Like we had a lot of those people there, 60 plus, that were not going to the games. Now that, I mean, there was a lot of things.
For a variety of reasons, yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons, right? Because again, I've talked to some of these people online they didn't go to the games because they could not get tickets. They were told they would not get issued paper tickets.
Right. That'll be interesting to see then this week.
Yeah.
Right. With all the
For you.
things that have been happening that have been good, and yeah, I know. I'll tell you all about it, Mike. This seems like a role reversal all of a sudden.
I know.
Yeah.
First game I've missed in a while, but
Yeah.
well, no, I missed at the end of the season last year. I was sick for a game, but
Right. Kayla, and you're sitting in Matt Pretty?
I think so. I'll have to
Yeah.
message him this week, but he offered last week, so.
Okay. And then are you tailgating with us?
No. Yes, of course.
mini pizzas? Hell yes. Come on.
Are you taking Mike's spot?
Oh.
I'll
Didn't think
have to
about
see
that.
if we have the spot or not, because we had to get
Okay,
rid of our
yeah.
tickets, and I'm not sure if that included the spot or not, because they're taking
I see,
Thomas.
okay. Oh, they're taking Thomas. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
But if they're not, yeah, absolutely.
But Chad,
Just let
I
me
know
know.
Chad is parking in the one next to us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, berries.
So-
So that's
so
good.
he asked if he could bring anything for tailgates. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay. So yeah.
Linda says no to a beer hat.
Oh, okay.
She has a magnetic cup or can holder in the shower. Nice.
No, I knew it
Ah,
was
there you go.
something.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. See, there you go. That's important.
Yeah.
Coach Vic
'Cause you got
says
to have a can in the shower.
That's
but
right.
Not in the can.
but not a shower in the can. Good. Or not a
Wait,
beer in
what?
the can. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Got it.
Coach Vic says, I think the Elks are doing the same thing. You have to ask for your tickets. From people I've talked to, again, I've never had to, so, but people I've talked to online were saying that they asked at the ticket office and were told no.
This
So-
year or last year?
This is this year. This was
Okay.
before training camp. So, but a lot of them were frustrated because they couldn't get anyone to return their calls and they weren't answering the phone at the team store. So
Yeah.
that was a little
No,
tough.
they have gotten better about that.
They
have they
have.
not?
Recently,
Yeah.
people have been actually sending commendations, including Deb, who had some things that needed to
Right.
change for games, and she said they were outstanding, went over and above. So I think since Victor's come on and sort of empowered all those people,
Mhm.
I think Tam is the name of the woman that runs the team store, or ticket
No, Tam is the game day.
game day. Okay,
Game day experience. Yeah, for sure.
but she's
Yeah,
there at the
and
team
then-
store.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, she's awesome too.
She's phenomenal. Yeah.
so,
Yeah. So we will see. I think it has gotten a lot better, but I don't know. Maybe they have gone to the point where they will print off tickets. Assuming they have the
Yeah.
printer, then I don't see why they wouldn't.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
And remember, you can send in your critiques. Just be gracious and kind about it, folks.
Yeah. They're human,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
and they don't make the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get better response if you ask nicely.
Exactly.
Yes.
No skin
You
off
may
your
not
back.
it may not be yes,
Right.
but you'll get a better response if you ask nicely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Last year paper tickets. Not sure about this year. Okay. Again, this is
Okay.
not my own personal experience. It's just people I had talked to online. The phone answering is now the way it should be in my experience, says Chris Agar. So that's good.
Good.
Okay, perfect.
And
Excellent.
we're at the end.
I see Cliffy had a great point in there. If he got one, I bet Andrew would be burning the physical ticket he got from last Saturday's game.
He already
And,
burned the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get a new phone. It was weird. Yeah. No, I didn't. I was. You know what? I may have finally turned the corner where I don't get so pissed off at a game. Do you remember? I don't like early on
Yeah.
when we would do this. Yeah, and they would crap the bed, and it would even just be like in the first half they'd be not
Yeah.
great, in the second half they'd be great, and in the first half I'd just be like right pissed, like just
We've met up at West of
stupid
Us.
idiots can't. Yeah, I know, and I'd just be like furious, right? This game, not even once. I was just like, yeah, okay, like, all right, well, get them next time. Try again, boys. All right. But I didn't feel too bad going up at halftime early because who the hell cared? And I'm like, okay, well, I can watch it up here, and then I'm gonna go grab a popcorn, and we'll just. I mean, I'll enjoy that part while we're sitting here. I might as well.
Enjoy the game day experience, not so much the game.
Right.
Correct. So that'll be my goal on Saturday as well.
Temper your expectations. I'm telling you, you get a way better experience. That's what COVID taught me. Take everything with a grain of salt and do it with smile.
Just cut that part out of the YouTube video and just have that for later. That's what COVID taught me. Yep. Lower your expectations.
All the way.
So you can't even limbo under them. There we go.
No.
That's right. Yeah, it's perfect.
I just hop over that stick and keep going on my merry way. Don't even let those things bother me. It's in the past, folks.
Now you're going to shake it off.
Mambo number 5 it.
Ooh, well, I hope Mambo number 5 has a better game this weekend too. Yeah, okay. That's funny. I could just see what Coach said. Trust me when I say, as you become a member of our slightly older generation, you love the game, not so much the game.
Old man shakes fist at cloud.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm still watching football.
Because you wore an onion on your belt.
Wait.
At the time.
Can I join the old man's club?
Sure.
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah. You come here with us every week. You're pretty much in.
It's true. I am an old man at heart.
You want a trunk full of books to carry with you. Definitely.
Thanks, Gary.
There were a few books from Gary. Absolutely.
A few.
Yeah. Oh,
and you got to meet Gary last week.
Lovely man. Man.
Yeah, a week and a half ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's an awesome dude.
Parting note, I just want to say, not that I think that any of those BC Lions fans are watching, but there were at least 3 different people that came up to me either at halftime or after the game and were genuine, coming up and saying, I'm really sorry that that's what you had to endure. And 2 of them actually asking, what do you think is the problem with the team, and how do you think they're going to get better? And it was actually like genuine conversation. It wasn't like, oh, tell me how your team's not going to suck. Like, it was, honestly, it was one of the best fan interactions in a different building than I've ever had.
Oh, that's great.
Because I was prepared. Like at halftime, I was standing with Tyler and we were waiting for Marcia and Steven and Carrie to come over. And this kid taps me on the shoulder. And this kid, like he like 14 or 15 easily. And he's with his 2 buddies. And his 2 buddies are giggling. And I am prepared for this to go the wrong way, right? Like I am ready for this to be just, oh, this kid is going to razz me to, right? And he said, oh, I just want to ask you, like, what do you see as the problem on your team, and why are they playing like this? And I said, well, it's new coach and lots of turnover and injuries, and I said, I'm not making excuses, but this is the reason. Like, it looks like a disorganized mess out there. Like that second down or the 2-point convert, like it was the Benny Hill show out there. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, little yakety sax in the background.
Oh, nobody knew what was going on. It was ridiculous. And but I said, it's just like, yeah, that's what it is. They're just trying to get into each other and trying to figure out where things are going on, and they're just not there yet. And he's like, yeah, I wondered about that. I wondered if it was just your quarter. And like a really good this kid must play football,
right?
But just coming up to a random adult stranger and having that conversation, like I said, hey, you know what? Thanks for having the conversation. I appreciate it. And it was great. And then after we left, another guy came over who I thought maybe was 20, but then he was talking about having been at the Grey Cup in 2005. And I'm like, I don't know.
You were so adorable in your little onesie.
Like he remembered it vividly, so obviously he was older than I thought, but yeah, he was really nice about it and just like, yeah, I'm really sorry about it. And, I hope that I hope the team gets better. We want all the teams to be good. And I said, yeah, but on the other hand, you've had lots of years here where your team stank and now they're great.
Mhm.
So that must feel really good. And he's like, it does. And he was
Yeah.
wearing a brand new work jersey.
Yeah,
Oh.
And how awesome is that, right?
100%.
So I really want to like I've been in other stadiums where we've got beat and it has not been that kind of um, camaraderie, and
Mhm.
so I want to give a shout out to the BC Lions fans for that because it felt really good. It felt like okay, it's
Family.
just for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Football family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
That's always makes it the best experience. I love when that happens. When you have like
Right?
good CFL folk around you. It's all like we've all had rotten experiences in different stadiums, but I mean,
Yeah.
my most favorite memory was from McMahon. But for good reason. It started out horrible and then it turned in excellent, and same with Hamilton. Like so much fun. And when you lose that badly, it's fun when people are like, "Girl, you celebrate when they get a touchdown. You deserve it. You earned that celebration." It's not the you still suck.
Yeah. I got a good text from Paul the next day because he saw Tyler and I out for a walk and he said, "Oh, you're still repping the colors. I'm impressed." Yep. Yeah, I still
You
have them
gotta
on.
go through the good and the bad. Come on,
Yep.
don't jump
Come
ship.
on.
Come on.
Oh
We went
my.
through 2013. It was brutal. 2015 was that much sweeter.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I remember that 2013. That's when I was starting to come on board, and oof,
Yeah.
that was rough.
hmm
Pretty ugly. Hmm. One last question that I see before we sign off. Capper asking, so when is the new TD merch dropping? That is an excellent question because I need to find time to try and set that all up. But I do hope that I can get something going before the end of summer to get some merch up there and get something available. So we are working on it. It's just it's they're I'm get we're getting pulled in a lot of directions these
Turf
days.
District
So
bandanas. First thing to drop.
oh, beautiful.
Huh? Just say it.
Oh, headbands. We
Yeah.
can like
Oh, that'd be nice.
that's too Bo Levi. Can't do that.
I was thinking
No,
Jim
no.
McMahon, but
The-
yeah.
Don't go that way.
But yeah we could bandana. That'd be cool. That'd be all right. I guess we don't really need to make face masks anymore, do we?
Yeah.
You still could by order.
Yeah, by order.
Better
That's
than a
true.
paper
Yeah,
bag.
exactly. Yeah, that's true. We should make replica TD Grey Cup rings. That'd just be fun.
There we go.
There we go. Now we're talking, right?
Sweatshirt.
I I think I heard sweatshirt. Yeah.
I have an idea. How about a
Weird.
sweatshirt?
Weird.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Tim is offering to help.
Oh, I like this idea. This is wonderful. All right, well then I'll reach out to you, Tim.
There we
We'll
go.
make this happen.
Bandanas for all.
Oh my. All right. Well, we better sign off for this evening. We've all got early mornings tomorrow, and we all need to take all the time that we can to sleep this week so that we're ready for this game on Saturday for as much as we can do it. But we will all be there. Well, not true. Two of us will be
In
there.
There you go.
spirit, we'll all
All
be
of us will
there.
be there in spirit.
That's right.
Superfan, we will not text you until after you've watched it the next day,
Yeah.
and then
Or
we
yeah,
will
late that night.
Stay off
we will
social
talk
media.
about it
Oh, I will.
on the Monday. Yeah. Oh my God, Cliffy, eagerly waiting to buy that Wieners for Kayla T-shirt. Oh my, I think we might have nixed that one. We'll have to see how this goes. Oh
If I come
my.
to Montreal, I expect some hot dogs
Oh yeah,
Delivered.
some shopsies.
True.
to the seat.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
To the seat. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you've made this very clear. Oh my. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Tons of fun as always. We really appreciate you being part of the show and connecting with us and talking about our team. Even though it wasn't great, we're staying positive. It's going to get better.
We're still
and we're
family.
going to enjoy being there together. Absolutely. So
It's
join
not
us on the
2024.
tailgate. Exactly. Join us at the tailgate, 4:30 to 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. It'll fire up on Saturday. We're hanging out, having pizzas, getting ready for a game, and then we will pop in to see our beloved team take on their home opener for 2022. So thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and we will chat with you next week.